Hello everyone, and welcome to the full release of Wildermyth, the procedural role-playing game where you begin with your hapless farmers and you end up with half fire demon wolf-headed mages roaming across the land doing their best to defend humanity against a large number of demonic calamities. Basically, this is one of the best games that I have ever had the privilege to play. I am absolutely in love with it. My storytelling heart cannot get enough of the random events that happen to my characters, and I am very excited to say that we are going to be continuing with the same characters that we had in the early access beta version here in the early access version of Wildermyth that is available for everyone on Steam today. So you too can create a hapless farmer to throw into like the midst of magic and transform or perhaps lose through a wide range of random procedural stories, which I freaking love. And speaking of the stories we have had, if you are not familiar with some of the amazing Wildermyth tales we have already begun to weave, do check out the playlist because, oh my gosh, am I ever so proud of our ladies of the Green Dawn, even if they have just lost their first member. So spoilers if you haven't seen it, but we had one of our newest recruits, a young girl named Heather, who fought with a pitchfork for quite a while, and then when she lost that arm, fought with her hooked hand, and she actually fell in our battle against the Gorgons, who are taking over our world. And I was really sad to lose Heather, and we actually built her a shrine that we'll see in just a second. But it turns out when you play Wildermyth, there are a couple amazing features I didn't know about in the beta version, such as the legacy. So if we come over to My Legacy, and we see what is lurking here, my friends. There's Heather! There she is! Heather Buck! She has passed on from this life. Our goofish Snark has indeed passed on. It was so sad. She never had a chance to become a half-fire wolf demon the way some of our characters did, and we buried her with all of her good gear, including that really awesome storm/magic sword that she got for catching a willful water sprite in a tower, which was amazing. I can't believe the stories we have already had completely weave themselves together out of the randomness of what can happen in Wildermyth. But I was really sad that we lost her, and I didn't know like if we'd ever see her again. But she actually hangs out here in this My Legacy place, so I think that's where like your heroes go when they die. Hopefully most of ours will die of old age from now on. Thank you very much. But you can also come over, you can see in her history the adventures that she actually had while she was alive. So not only her backstory, but you can see when she chose a hook, when she chose her hook after she lost her arm in battle, and then that she is a folk hero, which means when she died, I don't think she had a lot of fame. She didn't really have a lot that she contributed in the fight against the Gorgons, but she will always be remembered as a folk hero. So how amazing is that? So even when you lose out on having your fantastic characters, they will be lost but never forgotten. Wildermyth is amazing. So we are actually going to carry on with the story of the Green Dawn. And thankfully, I am able to access that even though we are in a new version of the game, so that's very exciting. For those of you who have joined us for our Twitch streams for the Unraveled Webs, in which we gained the head of a frog, among many other things, we still have them too. So we will be able to carry on with our just random procedural story, and also the story of the Age of the Ulstrix, which is where our women of the Green Dawn are leading the way in battle. And here's Heather's memorial, Heather's Oblivion, where she fell in the forest of Dove Wilds as we fought against, I think it wasn't actually the Gorgons, I think that Heather actually fell against the Sommeliers. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. She was taken out by these enchanted bones. So this is the main screen. Again, you want to go back and watch the first episodes as we started to wander through this land, from the land of Foggy Scape, down through Flying Oak Overlooked, into Smith Cave, where Lindia here actually gained the Soul of Fire, which is kind of amazing. You definitely want to check out the previous episodes or else you might feel pretty lost by what's going on. But it's very simple to jump right in. I'll introduce the characters briefly to you guys in just a second. And as I mentioned, there are the Calamities. So these are actually the monsters that we can expect to run into. We are fighting up against Ulstrix, who I think is this Gorgon-like calamity, but there are also the Woken, and there are, let's see, what are these guys called again? The Draven. So there's the Woken, the Dravens, and I think these guys are like the Sommeliers. Oh no, the Morthragri. So there's a lot of different monsters that we have to worry about, and as time goes on, they gain new abilities and strengths, and we actually have learned that that is a very bad thing, because all of a sudden where you're like, man, this raccoon sucks, because you're like, oh, you little demonic raccoon shooting spiky-tailed spike flings at me, you suck. And then you kind of don't spend your special legacy points that you collect at preventing them from becoming stronger, and then he comes back with a buddy. So all of a sudden you're fighting two sucky raccoons who smack you with their little stegosaurus spike tails that they shoot off like porcupines. So you do have to actively work against your enemies becoming stronger too, which I think is a lot of fun. And you have to actively work at taking care of the land that you are in charge of. So look at this, friends. Look at this. This is the land that we have been tasked with protecting for the good of humanity. We started off in our foggy escape, where apparently there is a new recruit waiting for us. We'll talk about that more in a second. And we wandered into Flying Oak Outlook in the Talokin Willows. And that is actually where Landia first gained her ability to use magic. Magic through her humble soup spoon, her enchanted soup spoon, which actually did give her the ability to start using magic, and it was amazing. She gained her flame soul later, after her two dear friends, Kitty and Hazel, who have also been changed by their travels, came to join her at Flying Oak Overlook and the tower that was possessed by Gorgons. They fought, they battled there. Landia gained the ability to use magic, and they declared themselves the Sisterhood of the Green Dawn, who would try to rise a new time for this era where they would rise a green dawn, basically, fighting back the darkness and the shadows and the fog that is beginning to surround the realm, out of the hope that they will be able to push back with the dawning of new growth. So that's where they were founded, and they were kind of founded because Foggyscape was almost destroyed. That's where Hazel and Kitty lived, by the Gorgons, and thankfully we were able to fight them off. For Hazel, she was actually able to fight them off, and does she still have it? Oh, I don't think yeah, she still has her frying pan! Hazel was able to fight them off with her frying pan, which was the first thing that she was able to pick up when she ran our romantic loner to the side of her beloved Kitty. So Hazel and Kitty have been a couple for a while now. Kitty Silverdrops is a thief who really loves stealing everything that she can, including, at one point, Hazel's heart, and she has actually become wolf-touched. So it turns out someone long ago in her ancestral lineage actually made a pact with a wolf god, and when she ran into that wolf god in our travels, she remembered the secret name of that pact, and she was able to gain the powers of the wolf. She did not think it meant that only her head would turn into a wolf. That was not part of the plan, and it has been a little difficult for Kitty and for Hazel to get over the idea of dog breath, but I think they will manage to pull that off, since Hazel has just lost her apprentice, young Heather, who we saw dead, left as nothing more than a legacy at the very beginning. So there's Heather's Oblivion. That's where she died. We can actually gather over there. I don't know if we can like do anything. It'd be fun if we could like go and mourn there, but we can't at the moment because we have work to do. Right now we are focusing on trying to find mag waterworks, which I think might be in one of these two unexplored forests, and we need to protect the land, which means eliminating all the monsters from the map. And to do that, we need to travel to the areas that have become infested and destroy the monsters there. And we also need to add defenses so that we can put in new defensive enchantments, or we can train the locals in how to do archery better so that we can try to prevent any incursions from the calamity monsters that lurk through the woods and lurk in the shadows. Oh my gosh, do I ever love this game. But we are picking up where we left off, with our wonderful ladies of the Green Dawn, reeling from the loss of Heather and trying to figure out what they should do next, because the Calamities have become stronger and now their numbers are weaker. Hazel's heart is quite broken. She was getting very close to Heather, but I think it might help to guide her back into the arms of Kitty, who really she hasn't been close to since Kitty got a wolf head. It was a little bit much for their relationship to get over. And I do think that Lindia has decided that the only path forward is to go deeper and deeper into the depths of her magic and see how far she can take these enchantments so that she can fight against the encroaching darkness and hopefully save the life of her friends if something as terrible as what happened to Heather ever happens again. But one last thing I want to show you guys before we get started is there's a really, really cool new feature that I didn't know about when it comes to actually taking care of your characters in Wildermyth. As time goes on and you build up that really cool history and you gain all of this cool gear and all of the cool changes to your characters, you can actually export these cards. You can make these really cool cards of your own characters, and you can save the image and have an immediate little PNG image that you can put anywhere you want that talks about your character. You can add a catchphrase like flame on. Oh my gosh, look at how cute that is. So you can add a catchphrase if you wanted to. You could go ahead and change the blurb to anything that really fit, and then you can save it. And I think what would be really fun is to save these for their current age, because our characters will age over time, and see how they change and maybe add little updates. So I think we're going to do that as a fun way to kind of memorialize snapshots of what they do. But that's also something that you can do if you're really, really into into changing things, kind of like I am too. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty all these are. That's so cool. You can even change the backdrop. You can change the different faces that they have too, if you want to be able to have fun with it. So that's a really cool little feature that I just found out when I was backing up my characters by exporting them earlier. Whew. All right, with all of that out of the way, let us begin our story. And today, as they still mourn the loss of Heather, and as they have finished clearing out West Spruce Forest, I believe that the ladies have decided it is time to go and find a new recruit. Although they feel they didn't train Heather enough, and perhaps each of them feels responsible for what happened at losing her, I think they understand that it can't just be them. They need to become stronger. They need better gear. They need to find ways to be able to get the Green Dawn to be a true force for good in the world. So let's have the whole group travel. Let's gather all of them. Come on, ladies. Group travel, and we're going to come over to Foggyscapes, and we're going to recruit a new member. Infested tiles are unsafe. Groups of 3 or less heroes. Ooh, it looks like you can have up to 5 at a time. Yes, we need more help. Can be ambushed while spending time on an infested tile. If left unchecked, the infection can spread or turn into an incursion. You can clear infested tiles by taking out the source, or by sending a group of 3 or more heroes to patrol the tile. Well, I'm tempted to patrol. Very tempted to patrol. But we might lose our characters. I mean, they are healthy right now. And I guess all of them have... We're going to go ahead and patrol then, because I think that everyone here feels responsible for what happened and is feeling a little bit reckless. So let's actually have all 3 of them patrol and see exactly what's going on around Smith's Cave. That's awfully close to the Flying Oak Outlook and Foggyscapes after all. Yes, it's been cleared of... Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's all we needed to clear of infestation? I had no idea. Yes! Alright, I guess patrolling spooked them off. Fantastic. Let's just go ahead and prepare defenses then. How shall we defend West Spruce Wood if our foes attack? This is where they'll come through. It's a good spot. Lots to work with. I'm a bit worried about fire. Look, don't be cheeky, Kitty. Lindia is good at controlling her fire abilities, okay? Alright, so what should we do? What does Hazel want to do? We'll build barricades to concentrate the enemy. We'll train and equip local archers to assist. Kitty wants to prepare hidden traps. Lindia wants to enchant the battlefield to convince it to take on the side. Hazel also feels like maybe there's not time. I think she feels so guilty and wants to find a new recruit and do it right this time. Let's train and equip local archers to assist, because we haven't done that yet. And I feel like that would be pretty easy to do. So Hazel would probably be fine with that. I think that they're going to go ahead and send Kitty on to, well, she's the archer. I think Lindia is going to go ahead and, okay, it's 5 days if they stay together though. Okay, we'll stay together. I could see them wanting to stick together. There we go. The archers are now equipped, so they're good. Let's head to Foggyscapes. 12 days until the next incursion, so any minute now. Calamities! Your enemies advance their plans over time. An incursion. One or more enemy armies is on the march. And you can cancel the marching army if you have 5 legacy points. You get legacy points from fighting enemies and gaining that over time. You also get legacy points if you find items, like special item rewards that you turn down because you don't want them for your characters. We only have 3 legacy points, and you need 3 legacy points in order to recruit a new person. So, alright. The Gorgon army is on its way from Tallowhog Forest. Ooh, I am very worried about that. We're at Plowfield. Let's go ahead and let... Lindia went ahead and recruited someone last time. I feel like Hazel wants to recruit someone, but she is a romantic loner. And I think as she arrives at the busy town and looks at all of the people and thinks about how she wants to steal away one of their lives to come and join the fight, and when she thinks about how Heather was such a eager young recruit, it would be too much. And I think Hazel would grab a drink of, no doubt, fermented apple juice and go to sit at the edge of the forest, watching people work in the fields and trying to bring herself to be able to disrupt their peaceful lives and just not quite being able to do it. So we're gonna let Kitty be the one who is going to come over and recruit someone today. Actually, Kitty and Lindia. Yeah, I think Hazel is just too overwhelmed by this. So we'll let these two recruit someone. Done. Okay, recruit. There we go. All right, and here we go. So here are the people who are popping up to potentially recruit. We have a Cowardly Greed Wagon, Farmer McCor. Let's go ahead and see what he's all about. Let's see. He has an axe that he can use to strike with it. McCor never had a kind word to say about his original hometown and never mentioned its name. In fact, the closest he got to complimenting it was when he told folks it was far away. Militia life fit awkwardly on him. He had engaged his mind with private projects and thought games just to stay sane. He deserted one rainy night, leaving friends and oaths behind. Embers of old legend kindled his spirit. He strode towards blazing glory. So he's distant, proud, and has a sense of destiny. But I don't know if being a deserter would be something that would sit well with our girls, especially not Hazel. All right, what else can you do, my friend? His stats. Let's see his personality. He is a coward. He is greedy. And he is snarky. I don't think this is our guy. Just a cowardly, greedy guy who deserted. I think that sounds like somebody who doesn't want to be part of any kind of greater adventure. Let's try Red Fangsail here. What's his personality? He's a snarky hothead. He is literally 98 hothead and he's snarky. He has a little bit of a leaderness, and he is extremely brave. Hold up. Okay. I actually love the idea that maybe he really likes it when things are hot, and when he sees Lindia walking around and she's literally a firewoman, I kind of like the idea that he is majorly attracted to her as like a firewoman, and he's extremely brave, and he has a temper, and I kind of think that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, he has a shovel. Let's see. Red was born, and his name is literally Red. Red Fangsail. Red was born in Peak Merlin to 2 regular parents. He grew fond of the wheezing has-beens who frequented the saloons of Perk Merlin. Their stories of heroism only got better as empty cups slammed tabletops, ever flowing full again. He didn't have much of a reason to fight. He never needed one. He's just extremely... Oh my gosh, he's lucky, curious, and brash, and I think he just really likes spicy hot things. And then there's literally a woman made out of flame walking right past him. So I think we're gonna go ahead, we'll give this guy a try. We'll see how he goes. I think that he just is majorly insistent. Like, no, you don't understand. I absolutely have to be here. Okay, he has brown hair. I like him. I think I want to change his hair color though, because he loves like hot things so much. We're gonna say he dyed his hair red, so like pretty red, like as red as he could get it. He spent weeks patrolling the forest trying to find a rare flower so that he could make his hair as red as it could possibly go. I love that idea. Okay, we're gonna keep him. This is gonna be Red. And what should we name him then? So Red Fangsail? So he had 2 ordinary parents. Red Fangsail. Okay, we'll leave his name Fangsail. He needs to earn a new name. That's what I think. But guys, I think I want to keep him because I think that he's just following Lindia around, completely fascinated with her. Major crush, but maybe it will turn into something else where he can channel his anger and fury into a more productive means. So there we go. Let's recruit him. Let's see his story. And Lindia is the one who's going to be recruiting him. Another soul to stand. Oh, here we go. You're back? I saw you leave a while ago. Of course he's been paying attention. I did, but it occurs to me that I'll need more help if I'm going to have any kind of impact on the Gorgons. And Fog Escape is right here, so... Are you interested? Well, shoot, if you didn't ask, I was just about to go and break some Gorgon bones off my own. I like him. Good thing I caught you then. Right? Would have been awkward to be out-heroed by the guy you left behind. Oh my gosh, I like his spiciness. So you're in? I am. What sort of skills do you need the most? We could train him as a mystic, a hunter, or a warrior. We had a warrior last time. Guys, I think we're gonna go with another mystic because I think that he is fascinated by fire and he desperately wants to become another fire mage, and he wants to follow Lindia around to become that fire mage because I think we could use more hunters for sure, but he is hot-headed and extremely brave and he loves fire. The man's a little bit of a pyromaniac. We're gonna do this. This is so cool. I can just imagine him training with her right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and train. We're gonna go ahead and have Lindia train Red as a mystic. Done. And you know what? While that is happening, let's actually have Hazel and Kitty come on over and, oh gosh, defend Smith Cave. They're going to add defenses to Flying Oak Overlook if they can. All right, can I add defenses here? Yes, we can. Prepare the defenses. All right, Lindia is elsewhere. Let's do a bunch of... Let's do barricades. I think Hazel would want barricades here. So, there we go. And then, oh, I guess he's training. Oh! The enemies are advancing their plans and I can't do anything about it. Oh, here we go, guys. It is getting... I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. And actually, Lindia, you should have been training him. Okay, the barricades are complete. That's good. There's some barricades. The Gorgons will be here in 32 days. Oh, I'm so nervous about that. Okay, group travel. Actually, I want to have you travel, and I want to have you travel. Kitty's a little bit faster, it seems. Okay, let's train Red up. And then can I defend? We're gonna prepare defenses at Plowfield with the fog escapes. Let's do enchantments. So we're gonna have these two go ahead and add enchantments that Lindia has taught them how to do while we train Red. There we go. And let's get Red training done. And there we go, guys. So, Red Fangsail is now a Greenhorn Mystic, and we are going to choose his future. As a mystic, Red has acquired a knack for interfusing his spirit with earthly things, drawing on those bonds to enact formidable magics. Are we going to make him open-minded so he can interfuse with one additional target? Are we going to have him bond with the earth and summon from seedling and silt a wondrous tree that pins down his enemies? Or are we going to do advanced interfusion abilities for living matter? I think we're going to do advanced abilities because I feel like Red is not very open-minded or in tune with trees, but he sure as heck would want to make things blow up as much as they could. He wouldn't just be like, oh, there's a tree, I could use it to like grab someone. He would be like, I am going to make the tree explode into a fiery ball of flames and splinters and destroy everything in the radius. That would be Red. So we're gonna make him a naturalist. So alright guys, there we go. We now have a new addition to our little group. I'm actually very excited about this because I love how he actually is like basically a Lindia fanboy. And I really would love to see where their stories are going to take them now that we have another set of raging Gorgons that we need to defeat at Smith's Cave, and now that we need to try to clear out some more of the forest. But I miss Heather, and I am very sad about her passing, but I am very excited that we will be able to carry on the story of the Green Dawn here in the public early access release of Wildermyth, which is now available on Steam if you too would like to join in the adventures. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could, do please leave a like for Red and his time with us, however long that may be. If you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. And if you like these stories, check out my Twitch because we do live stream Wildermyth over there to hilarious results. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!